Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel .NET Mastery with Tanya. Today we are going to cover all the important concepts a .NET developer should know for their solid programming career. First we'll focus on the history and evolution of .NET Framework and then dive into the important concepts of .NET Framework. The first topic is what is COM, that is COM. It stands for Component Object Model. And it's a Microsoft technology again to create Windows application and web application, and it used VB as programming language for Windows application and ASP for web application. I'm sure if you are a .NET developer, you must have come across this ASP.NET and Visual Basic sometime in your career. So that was originally being used by COM, that is Component Object Model, but there were certain disadvantages because of which this .NET framework came into picture. We'll check that. Okay, so COM does not support OOPS. OOPS is object-oriented programming, as you must be aware of. Object-oriented programming, as its name itself says or suggests, that it is based on objects. So the application will interact within through object. So one class will interact with other class using their objects. So that is called object-oriented programming, and hence this word. So, what are the advantages of OOPS? OOPS makes the code flexible and it makes it code reusable, maintainable. It makes it secure. We have different concept in OOPS also. We will cover that in later videos. But for now, just understand that COM did not support OOPS, which was a great and major disadvantage for a developer. Then COM is a platform dependent. It means if you are developing your application on Windows OS and you deploy the DLL on another operating system, maybe Linux, but COM will not allow it to execute on Linux. So that is platform dependency. So that these were the two disadvantages of COM. Now then .NET came into picture, and .NET is all about object oriented only. So basically this .NET dot in this .NET, this dot represents object oriented and net refers to the internet. Through .NET, we can create object-oriented, internet-based application. Then framework, what do you mean by this framework, this particular word, framework? Framework is a software that is a collection of number of technologies integrated together that can be used to develop an application, right? So .NET framework is a software development framework for building and running application on Windows, right? Then what are the components of .NET framework? We have class libraries and we have CLR, that is Common Language Runtime. These two are very important components of .NET framework. Class libraries are actually the building block of .NET programs. So basically when you write a program and you use different libraries, what .NET framework has done is it will provide you all those libraries which needs to be used as for developing your application. So basically when you compile the whole application, the whole like these libraries and whatever code you have written, everything will be packed into one common DLL and that you can deploy later. So all the libraries on which your application is dependent, or you need them, you need the class libraries to write your own program, that will be provided by .NET framework. That is called class libraries. And second one is CLR. It is responsible for converting MSIL code to native code. And then actually the native code runs on a specific operating system. So what happens is, you remember we spoke about that how COM was dependent, right? Now this CLR plays an important role in making this .NET framework independent of the platform. How will it do that? It will convert this MSIL code to native code. Just when you want to run the application, at that time this MSIL code will be converted to native code according to the OS you are trying to run. So this native code will be directly understandable by the operating system, and operating system will run that. So here you can see like source code, then this language compiler will come. Language compiler is like .NET supports many languages like C sharp, F sharp, VB. Every language has their own compiler. Okay, so this source code and then language compiler will change this source code to MSIL code. MSIL or intermediate code, you can say, managed code, anything. All these three are interchangeable words. The meaning of all these three terms are same. Then this MSIL code, okay, you imagine that you have written an application, you compiled it, and the DLLs are formed. Now you will take out this DLL and put it in another operating system, maybe Linux. Okay, there this CLR, the role of CLR comes into picture. In the Linux operating system, this MSIL code will be converted to native code. This native code is according to the Linux operating system, right? If you had deployed it to the Windows operating system, this native code will be generated according to the Windows operating system. So this native CLR converts this MSIL code according to the operating system, okay, and changes it to the native code. This native code is then gets executed. Then this native code gets executed. This is how .NET Framework works. But here the CLR, you can see, right? CLR, it uses JIT, that is just in time compiler. The work of just in time compiler is just at the time of execution of the code, it will convert the MSIL code to native code, right? It is a component of CLR, and this is the main reason why .NET Framework is platform independent. This makes the .NET Framework independent of operating systems. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment on the comment section and do not forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon if you like the video. Thank you so much.